So we're going to start our new lesson on cycle 2, day 3 of run, jump, throw, the world of track and field. Let me share this screen. Okay, so our cooperation goal is explain your ideas and tell why. So think about what that might look like and sound like. Well, when you explain your ideas and tell why, you should definitely be able to cite evidence from the text whenever you're explaining any of your ideas when you're answering questions. Okay, so we are still working on summarizing. Our word power is base. Base, word, and ending, and in writing, we're going to be writing a descriptive paragraph. Okay, let's look over all of our words. So the first one is lightweight. Lightweight means not heavy. The cat looked huge because of its thick fur, but it was actually very lightweight. Spin is another word for twirl. The dancers spin so fast they look like blurs on the stage. Sails. Sails just means flies, like the ball sails through the air as the two children pass it to each other. Pounds. Pounds means hits hard. The jackhammer pounds into the cement to break it into small pieces. Occur means to happen. 2 sporting events will occur today, so the school will be a busy place. The next one is earn. Earn means receive as an award, like Morgan will earn a star if she gets an A on her spelling test. Grandest, that just means biggest or best. Julia is throwing her sister the grandest party anyone has ever seen. And then compete. Compete means to go up against someone, as in a game or a contest. The 2 teams will compete for the trophy tomorrow. So make sure you put down your rating for day 3. You're going to put a plus if you know it and a question mark if you don't. Okay, so let's kind of summarize what we have already talked about. So let's look at our idea tree here. Let me get closer. All right. Okay, so if you are using your idea tree to summarize, we can just look at it and say, well, we've been talking about track and field. In particular, we've talked about the shot put, the javelin, the discus, the hammer throw, and school track meets. We've also talked about best in the country, best in the world, Summer Olympics, and track and field anytime. Okay, so let's look at a question. It says, how are the Summer Olympics different from a world championship meet? So if I was going to go back into my text, I would look at page 59, because that's where it talked about that from our last reading. All right, so if I was looking here to answer that question, I would think, well, the World Championships are different from the Summer Olympics because the World Championships are held once a year and the Summer Olympics are held every 4 years. It says it right there in our text. Okay, yesterday we learned some of the ways that people compete in track and field. There are small meets that happen at schools. There are big national meets for the whole country. And there are international meets for many countries. The Summer Olympics are the biggest track and field meet. Let's go back to, I'm going to do our listening comprehension to page 52. Here we go. It's called Heavy Stones. Says running is important in track and field, so is jumping. The last important part is throwing. There are several throwing events. One of them is called the shot put. The shot is a very heavy iron ball. It may weigh as little as 8 pounds and as much as 16 pounds. Throwers hold the ball in their hands close to their shoulders. They spin or take a small jump and push the shot as far as they can. You might not think about a heavy iron might not think a heavy iron ball can go very far, but it can. The current world record is 75 feet, 10.2 inches. It takes a lot of strength and practice to throw that far. So when I read this section before, I identified the main idea already. And then we added a few details. Let me stop sharing. For the shot put on our idea tree. So we had that the shot put has a heavy metal ball, that you hold it near your shoulder and you take a spin or a jump and push it far. And it weighs between 8 to 16 pounds. The world record is 75 feet. So when I filled in my idea tree, I can write a summary. I know I need to include the main idea. Okay, I also need to identify all those most important details, which I think we've already done here on our idea tree. So I don't really think it's important to tell exactly how much the shot weighs or what the world record throw is. So I'm not going to include those when I write my summary because those are less important details. So if I were going to write a summary using my idea tree, I might put, and I'm talking about this particular page, I put a shot putter. What did we say on our idea tree? Throws a heavy metal ball. Okay, so I got that directly from one of the things that I thought was the most important. Okay, I also might want to include this other part where we know that they hold it near their shoulder. So I'm going to put he or she holds the ball near his or her shoulder. Okay, and then I also said on my idea tree that they take a spin or a jump and they push it far. So I may say the shot putter might take a jump or spin. Okay, and then I also said they push it as far as they can right here, remember? So I'm going to put then he or she pushes the ball as far as he or she can, period. And remember I said that I didn't necessarily feel like telling how much it weighed or what the record is. I didn't feel like that was some of the most important details of that particular page. So this is how you would use your idea tree to write a summary. So I just summarized this one page. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay, I'm going to pause here and make a separate video for going over our questions. So make sure you watch both of them.